Are you still recording? Oh, you're still recording. We are in the 30-day challenge to turn around your finances. We are in day 5. Day 5 and 6. We are doing day 5 and 6, and this episode is all about emergency fund. What is that, and how do you get to have it? How do you save for it? What do you do with it? Stay tuned for all that. Day 5 and 6. No. Hold on. This particular dress that I'm having on today is a charm because it's the first dress that I wore to my first interview and I got the job. So I had never gone to an interview, but I went in this dress, so it's a special day today. Okay, now that I have introduced my dress, let's go to an emergency fund. Now, your emergency fund is the money that you have put aside, as the name suggests, for emergency. When you lose your job, when your business goes haywire, or like the pandemic hit everyone and many guys were laid off from work, that is the time that your emergency fund kicks in. It's supposed to be your expenses. Remember, in day 1 and day 2 we found out what our net worth is, and in finding out what your net worth is, you have to find out what your expense is, and you have to track your expense. So as you did that, I hope that you now know what your monthly expense is. Now that you need to multiply it by 3, at least by 3, to know what your emergency fund goal is. Now I have been saving, and my emergency fund, I'm supposed to finish saving it in August of this year. I'm filming this in May of 2021. I'm supposed to finish my emergency fund savings in August before I get married. So it is 6 months of my expenses. Where is the best place to put your emergency fund? 1, you need a place that you can access it as soon as you need it. So if you put it in a fixed deposit, or you put it locked in a way that you cannot access it immediately, then that becomes a problem. I found out that money market funds work for me the best, and that's my advice. And it's not a professional advice, it's just what through my research. What I know is put it in a money market fund, which is meant to earn you interest. So your money is working for you as you also work for your money. Did you see what I did? What's a money market fund? Well, a money market fund, simply put, I'm going to define it in the way that I understand it. Is I don't know what a money market fund is, so I'm going to put up right now. Money market fund, I found it investing in products or securities with a fixed rate of interest that is given to you. So the investor is assured of your principal plus the interest at any time. So whenever you need it, you can get it. Great. Now that you know what a money market fund is, so part of your income is meant to go to your emergency funds. Let me put this simply. When you want to start out, once you know what your expenses are, and you've gone through the 50-30-20 or the 40-30-30 rule, then you know where in your 30%, because you know that the 40% is what you need. What you need is like, you cannot do without them. Then the 30% are your wants. These are things that you can cut off, things that you can reduce on. So look at your budget and see where is it that I can reduce on and cut on, and take part of that percentage to go into your emergency fund. So saving is beautiful, but saving just for the sake of saving is not wise. You need to have your money work for you. That is why you put it in a money market fund or an investment portfolio, a place where it can earn you interest as you wait for your emergency. Day 6 is just making your emergency money work harder for you. And this, the best that you can ever do is high yield savings account. Once again, you need to find a company or a money market manager company that is regulated by CMA. I have a list of investment options that you can think about as you see where can you put your money your emergency fund as you build it up to your 6 month or 12 months. I've had people who do even for 24 months in emergency funds. So as much as you can. Now you can do a money market fund. There's a high yield investment. You can do treasury bills, you can do bank deposits, you can do treasury bonds, you can do corporate bonds, you can do commercial papers, listed stocks, unlisted equities, mutual funds, real estate investment, rental housing investment, certificate of deposits, invest in retail industry, or invest in agriculture. Now, all those, or start your own business. All these are investment options, but then not all of them are ideal for an emergency fund. For example, if you put your money in a treasury bond, it's a long-term loan to the government, and maybe it goes for 15 years. So your money is not paid to you, it's paid to you twice a year. So if you have an emergency, you cannot access your money. That is not a wise option for an emergency fund, a place to put. In stocks, yes, but they're very risky. They have high returns, but they're very risky. So stock is not the best place again to put your emergency fund, because you never know. There's no risk investment. Every investment involves a risk, but you need to find out what is your safest options. What are your safest options? Real estate investment, you wouldn't want to do that with the emergency fund. Like, you wouldn't want to buy a house, even a rental property, and what if you need that money? What are you gonna do? Are you going to bring the house down? Are you gonna sell it? Are you going to rent it out?
No.
You cannot access liquid cash. So bottom line, you need a way to invest that you will access your cash as soon as you need it. That's why I say investing in a money market fund gives you the best way. Now I have two options for in your emergency fund money where you can put it. One is a Saiton high yield fund. I don't know why I love Saiton, but I keep on going to it. They have really good rates. But of course, do your due diligence and research about them before you decide to invest with them. You have to make sure that the company that you're investing with is regulated. We have the high yield investments. These ones they need a lot of capital for you to invest with them. So the best thing you can do, start pole and panda pole until you get to a point where you can get all that money and use it there. So for example, the minimum initial investment in Saiton high yield fund is 1 million shillings. Not everyone, I don't have 1 million shillings to invest in a high yield fund as we speak, but I'm working towards something close to that.
Nice.
So meanwhile, there's the equity fund, there's the money market fund. They have different types of investment options that you can try. Equity fund, they invest in company shares and the stock market. So that's what equity fund does. The bond fund, they invest in government bonds, of course. The balanced fund, they invest in diversified portfolio of shares, bonds, money market. So the balanced fund is very diversified. And then we have the Joy Inc. high yield investments. The minimal annual rate is 15%. Interest compounded quarterly. Partial or full withdrawal anytime. Monthly investor statements. So bottom line, automate your emergency funds. Calculate how much you want to take to emergency fund. Calculate how much your emergency fund is. Put a goal, put up a plan, and make sure that now day 6 we say make your emergency money work harder. Choose a solution that one reduce high returns, high rate of returns, and also you can access it as soon as you need it. So I hope that this emergency fund video was helpful. If you still have any questions, please let me know, and please do also your due diligence and find out more about where else you can invest. So day 7 is coming, day 7 and 8. So in our next video, actually I will show you how to put your bills on auto pay. And not only that, how to track your expenses. It is beautiful. See you in my next video.